lot of people don't understand what happened. What happened is Trump administration pulled 87% of the troops out, and they made a deal with the Taliban. And Joe Biden could have reneged and send the soldiers back, and they would have called him every name in a book for doing that, or he could have done what he did and pull everybody out. They removed 120,000 people. Now, today they're talking about some dogs got left behind, service dogs. I just don't get it. Trump abandoned the Kurds in Syria from them and basically left them to get slaughtered. But now they're making this big deal of the, I don't understand it. I don't understand the logic. Facts are facts. Bullshit's bullshit. The facts are 80 to 90% of the troops were pulled out by the Trump administration, jeopardizing the lives of the 16 or 1,300 troops that were left. He had no choice but to pull them out as fast as he could, or he had to resend troops there. Those are the facts. It doesn't matter what political party you align yourself with. The best thing to do in life is to align yourself with the facts. Right now, all the people in the United States that are saying that COVID is a hoax and that they didn't get vaccinated are dying or they're in the hospital. I think in the last month and a half, preachers and radio show hosts from the far right have either died or they're fighting for their life in the hospital. So what's your take, Bill, on this Afghanistan situation in the States?
Well, I'm with you, Frank. I mean, that was it was quite clearly how the process or the procedure. Trump was the guy that called the shots, and he made the moves, and he left Biden with no choice but to either refill or get the hell out. And I don't think Biden, as stupid as he is that stupid. He had to get out, and he did.
He had no choice.
Yeah.
He had no choice.
No.
It's either load up the troops again and send them back to Afghanistan, and all hell would have broken loose.
Oh yeah, it was stupid to even consider that. And I don't know. I don't know how it would have been done differently.
The airport attack last week claimed 180 people, like 169 Afghanistan people, 13 U.S. troops.
Yeah.
Biden is being told he has to own that, right? I mean, he's got to do something to make sure that this does not continue to happen.
No, he has to get out of town.
Right.
Eric, let me tell you right now. Vietnam fell in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
After the Americans pulled out. Okay? Here, there's no way the Americans, after the billions of fucking dollars they put in to build up the military for democracy, didn't think that in 2 weeks it would have imploded. There was no fight.
No, and Frank, this all started over Osama bin Laden living in the hills of Afghanistan and being the architect of 9/11.
Yeah.
And that had nothing to do with nor Joe Biden. It had to do with...
I disagree with you, Bill. I think it all started. The Russians went into Afghanistan to take it over, and it became their Vietnam. And then the Americans, this is what I read. The Americans funded Osama bin Laden to be a thorn in the ass of the Russians.
Yep.
And what usually happens to the Americans, unfortunately, that the people they feed and fund turn against them, like Saddam Hussein, who they financed and created him to neutralize the Middle East against Iran, and that backfired on him.
Yep.
And so the Americans got involved because of a senator. When he was going into Afghanistan, he saw the atrocities that were happening to children. and the germ warfare and the gas that was being dropped by the Russians in Afghanistan, the Americans didn't want a Cold War, so they started. The freedom fighter was Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
So they bankrolled him.
Yeah.
And what did he do? He turned on them.
He sure did.
He turned on them, and I think, Biden didn't want to be like Trump. Trump reneged on the agreement the United States of America made with Iran, and his own people told him not to do it, but he did it. He went in and he walked away from the Kurds, who fought alongside with the Americans.
Yep.
They were slaughtered. A lot of them were left undefended. It was crazy.
And what was more ironic, Frank, is that the instigator of that incident last week in Afghanistan were the ISIS, who is what Trump's troops had defeated in Syria. And here they come again.
There was no more ISIS.
And well,
That there was no more ISIS.
no, but there's ISIS-K. That's the group that has taken credit for the slaughter of 169 Afghans and 13 American troops.
There's two major problems, the way I see this, and you can jump in, Bill, and see if I'm incorrect. Number one, the Taliban is not going to allow them to have a brain drain where all their professors, scientists, and doctors disappear and go to the West, and they don't want to do that. They're not going to. They won't allow it. Number one. And number two, now there's going to be a fight for who's going to run Afghanistan between ISIS and the Taliban. Now, a lot of people are saying that the Taliban is in the eyes of the very orthodox or very far leaning are more conservative and more they've calmed their strictness down. So ISIS is the one that's going. So there's going to be a civil war there.